Hey gang, welcome back to Nerd News Breakdown. This is the show where we take the biggest news stories from the weekend and we yell at each other about them for your entertainment. I'm Sam, I'm gonna be talking about the best story of the day.
That's not true, that's a little bit biased,
That's
one
true.
might say. I'm Maud, I'm gonna be talking about Harry Potter and the death.
Deathly Hollows, or you...
No.
Oh, okay, depressing.
I'm DJ, and I'm the tallest one at the table. You can't tell because of the chair. It's cameras are trickery. And I'm going to talk into all the Pokemon stuff that's going on in Go and Sun and Moon.
Ooh,
Hell yeah, but back to me, the guy in the middle of the table. I'm gonna talk about this big debacle over at Lucasfilms and EA because they shut down a very special project that was near and dear to my heart and a lot of Star Wars fans. But let's hop into it. So there was this company called Frontwire, and they created a game called Galaxy in Turmoil, which is the lame way of saying Star Wars. Basically, it was.
I know, that's clever when you think about it.
Is it?
Don't forget about Desert Assault.
Is that a different one?
Our 360 video, you should watch it. It's on the channel, just search it. It's in 3D, 360.
3D 360. I'll puke. But it's based off of Star Wars Battlefront 3, the canceled Battlefront game that everyone was so sad about. Frontwire had a deal with Valve that they were going to release this game for free on Steam.
Cool.
But EA and Lucasfilms have just stepped in and they've shut down the game in a sense. Basically,
like
Galaxy...
a bunch of stormtroopers, they gunned them down.
And it's Star Wars
That's
reference.
right.
Galaxy in Turmoil will still be released and have similar mechanics to Battlefront like they already have, but the sounds, images, and any properties that are similar to Star Wars will be removed from the game.
So it's not exactly the same game at all.
Nah, not really. But the big guys over at Frontwire were actually able to talk to the guys at Lucasfilms because Lucasfilm actually reached out and said, yes, we'll have a phone call and we'll talk about what's happening. They said that they love the idea behind the game and that they would like in the future to be able to license their IPs out to Frontwire to make games. However, they have an exclusivity deal with EA only EA can make Star Wars games except for Lego because
Which Lego can do anything they want all
They
the
do
time.
Marvel games, they do DC games,
Doesn't
they
even
do
matter.
everything, right?
Yeah.
Lego can do whatever they like. And that's my question. What can Lego? No.
Lego SourceFed.
Oh my god, like how awesome would that be? It'd be the
I
most
would
boring
love to be
game.
Lego.
Wait, we'll be in Lego Dimensions. And it's like, who the fuck are these?
Yeah.
Hi guys!
Yeah, if you got...
You can play the Ghostbusters or Batman or who are these?
You can play
Maud!
Maud Garrett from only SourceFed, nothing else. But my question to you guys is, was shutting down Galaxy in Turmoil, what was that noise, the right move in your guys' opinion?
I guess legalities come into play here
Wow.
and exclusivity deals. I feel like Star Wars / Disney is making a lot of these at the moment, including with Netflix. So Netflix get first right to all of their stuff. EA is getting first right to all the games. There must be a lot of money.
Yeah, it's
involved.
almost like
Relatively
they care
chill.
about money.
Weird.
But I feel like this is kind of a win-win. The game isn't shut down. They're still making the game. The game part of the game is the same. The gameplay, right?
It is, but you don't get the same kind of love lettery feel of Galaxy in Turmoil because there were like things and sounds from the Battlefront games that were in it. So you're like, oh yay, this is the game I got to miss out on. But honestly, like it is a pretty relaxed response to them basically stealing from Lucasfilm.
Yeah, it seems
But,
very
yeah.
collaborative on Lucasfilm's part.
Okay, two things.
Two things.
One. Battlefront, the game that came out at the end of last year for Star Wars,
was boring.
I only played it because of the sound effects and because of the images and because of all those things that were really harnessing into Star Wars. It wasn't for the gameplay. It was for the nostalgia trip. It was for the authenticity that you were able to have with Star Wars. So if you take all of that away, what kind of game we got left?
And it's a
A
space
video game. I would say you're playing video games wrong, Ma. You just play for the sound effects and the nostalgia.
I know. I only pick up games for the sound effects.
I feel like I'm being mocked right now.
No, you're not.
No.
There's no trap. So two. Did you remember when this happened a lot with Star Trek fan films? Remember how like every time they would make fan films, Paramount would sue them.
Yeah,
sue
that's
them for
a little more drastic a response.
big time. And what happened? JJ and the current director of this,
Justin Lin.
thank you, said to Paramount, "Quit it, stop it. These
Knock
are
it off."
fans.
Yeah.
Like they're doing it for the love of the franchise. These are your biggest fans, and you're telling them no." Not only no, but well, we're taking you to court.
Yeah.
And so they managed to fizzle out all of those lawsuits, which I thought was really, really cool. I just want Star Wars to just play a little bit more into that. Realize fan service for what it is, which it does sound like they're doing, but it sounds like it's just legally binding.
Because this was also free, and we should keep that in mind because it wasn't. This company was not going to profit at all, except for some publicity
This
for
would
making the
have
game.
cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it also might have infringed on stuff that Lucasfilm was planning on making money
That's what they
on.
pointed out. They say it's
Yeah.
distracting from the Battlefront games that they're already making, and if we were to license it out now, which they sounded keen on doing, they're like, it would be counter,
Yeah.
to
Which-
what we're doing now with
Which I don't. Who knows if this is going to pan out? But how great would it be if you were working on something and Lucasfilm called you like, "Hey, in the future, we'd love to have you work on our games." Like that sounds amazing.
Yeah, let's dissolve our company and go work at EA. That's
Yeah,
pretty easy,
yeah,
right?
right.
Is that the best solution to this whole debacle?
Yeah.
And how sad are you guys about losing your Galaxy in Turmoil game? Sorry, I don't like that title
Yeah,
at all.
it's just a sad word.
Turmoil.
Because you've never experienced a galaxy that's been in turmoil.
I think I have. There were 7 movies and a few TV shows and a few games.
I meant personally in your life.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I was
experience a galaxy's
ignorant
worth
of
of
me.
Anyway, it's my time.
Story 2.
So, J.K. Rowling is donezo with Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, right? After this, no more Harry Potter, apparently. Here's the deal.
Yes.
This weekend was big for Harry Potter fans who busted their butterbeers over the release of the stage play that's opened and set well after the final book, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
Isn't this still like a book in the
No.
series?
No, this is a
Shut me
script.
down.
Sam, this is not a book in the series. It may look like a book,
Yeah,
but when you
because it has a
open it,
hardcover and you can buy it and it comes on the
and there's
on the
words,
shelf. Yeah.
but then you open it up and it's like, oh, that's a script
Oh, that's a script.
for a stage play.
You blew up this morning about
I
it. You had
just-
to put your foot down. It's not a book.
Oh.
It's not a book.
It's not a book. It's a script, basically. And it's not just written by J.K. Rowling. No. Jack Thorne and John Tiffany helped out with the screenplay script for the stage production part 1 and part 2. They are out if you would like to read it. It's predicted to already be the year's bestseller, even though it's getting mixed reviews as such.
Oh, surprising. Why would a Harry Potter
Why
book
Harry
be bestseller?
So well in the bookstore.
Hey, I have been to many a midnight release for a Harry Potter book.
Yeah?
Yes, this one? No. J.K. Rowling has spoken to press, though, during the play's opening, saying that this 2-part stage play was the final telling of Harry's story, and that even though it is set in a new generation, because it's focusing on Harry and his kid, Albus, she's closing it out to make room for new characters and stories. She said, quote, Harry goes on a very big journey during these 2 plays, and then, yeah, I think we're done. This is the next generation, you know? This is my JK.
It's pretty good.
So I'm thrilled to see it realised so beautifully, but no, Harry is done now. So it sounds like Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is where we say goodbye to Harry. Now, at the end of the year, we do see the next instalment of The Wizarding World with Newt Scamander's story about those fantastic beasts set in New York in 1926. And JK has also announced the new wizarding school set in different parts of the world.
Damn cool.
Brazil.
Brazil.
Not Australia. But there's also America's Ilvermorny, and she also released an animated short to go along with it to see how the school was created, and that in itself was very fairy tale-esque. So she's opening a lot of new doors, but closing the door where it all began. So my question is, are you ready to say goodbye to Harry Potter?
No.
Well, it makes sense
No.
that, and this is the end of Harry Potter's story, because if you've read Cursed Child, you know that he becomes Voldemort and then goes back in time and creates the universe. So
And this is one possible story that could be in the book.
you know what I would really like
It's not
to
in
see?
the book, all right?
Yeah,
It's not in the book.
I
It's
literally,
not-
I haven't even looked at the cover of the Cursed Child. I don't even know. But please tweet me Cursed Child spoilers on Twitter, because I don't care. You know what would be really cool is like H.P. Lovecraft had a whole universe that he created, and when he died, it entered the public domain, and people could tell any story they wanted in that universe with all the new schools and stuff. That would be really cool with Harry Potter if you could just tell whatever story you wanted.
Like an anthology book where you could
Yeah.
learn about the other schools.
With all the new
Fan
stuff she's
fiction,
adding.
and it's happening.
That's true.
Yeah, I guess so.
I want an official.
Yeah, I want it in canon. I want somebody whose job it is to keep track of all that.
Well, JK's not going anywhere just yet.
Yeah.
JK.
Yeah. And also, it doesn't sound like she's finished with the world. Like
No,
she's
she's
still.
definitely
They're writing new
expanding
movies. The Cursed Child will 100% become a movie whenever the actors reach the age the characters are in the play. Yeah,
Maybe.
it will happen.
Actually, Daniel Radcliffe has not ruled out
of course
reprising
not.
his role as Harry.
Cha-ching. Of course not. If you could get Harrison Ford back for Han Solo, you can
Yeah.
get Daniel Radcliffe back for Harry Potter.
Why
Man.
money?
I love seeing him phoning it in the 5th movie. So phoning it in. So hard. He's even
That's
said
one
in
of was I
interviews.
like?
He said that in the interviews. He's like, by that time, I didn't know what was happening.
What, he ran out of fucks again?
Yeah,
or-
he hard.
And
hard.
it improved his acting significantly.
They were classes.
No.
He's very good now. I like him a lot. But no, I'm sad to see him go. Who doesn't fucking love Harry Potter?
Right?
Who?
I just wanted it to go out with a full-blown story with better exposition.
But you had that with the 7th book. That was supposed to be the end. That was the last time we said this is the end forever.
And Star did raise a good point. We already said goodbye to him, and we
Yeah.
already got our, in however many years' time, this is kind of what's going on. So this is like a special treat that we weren't really supposed to get. So we should be grateful that we're getting it. I'm grateful that we're getting it. I will read the book. I just like to read stories, not scripts.
Oh, that's interesting.
all.
I thought you were like boycotting the book. I
Yeah.
thought you were like,
I'll read it
you're
this
like,
week.
no.
She set her copy on fire and kicked it down the
I'm
hallway.
just mad that I've been a Gryffindor for years, and then all of a sudden they sort of been into Slytherin. Okay.
It is so surprising.
Or what Ilvermorny house are you? Thunderbird.
Horn serpent.
Thunderbird.
I wanted the cool panther one.
Are you Slytherin?
Wampus.
No, I was
a
Ravenclaw.
But then.
Hufflepuff. Which turns out a lot of cool people are from Hufflepuff.
Yeah, they're really
In
good.
the
was
books.
it-
Like
I'm
you
in
look up,
Slytherin, I have to laugh.
people in the books that are in Ravenclaw. It's like nobody.
No.
Yeah, nobody
No.
that mattered. A
I
lot
had
of cool Hufflepuff characters.
I had Gryffindor twice, and I liked it. It was really fun to rub that in your face for a little bit.
Yeah.
But now I'm Hufflepuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you're where
classmates.
you belong. Of course, that's me. Are you ready to say goodbye?
What's the damn third
The
story?
third story is a bunch of people are freaking out about Pokemon Go, but I don't care about any of that stuff because Pokemon Sun and Moon released a new trailer. But since everybody's freaking out about Go and playing Go, we'll talk about
There's a
that.
few people playing Go.
There's a few small people. It's not like every time you walk outside, there's hordes of people playing Pokemon Go. Anyway, so they made some changes. Some of the big ones are you can now recustomize your character at any point in the game.
Which was
cool.
kind of dumb that they locked that.
Yeah. Also, the tracking footprints in the thing that were essentially useless have now been removed entirely.
the nearby
And-
feature.
Instead of making it better, they just got rid of it. And people are freaking out on Reddit because they've locked out this external app called Pokevision.
Pokevision.
Yes,
Pokevision.
I just recently discovered it over the weekend. It's a game changer, but now I can't use it
Yeah.
anymore. So
Well,
consider me one of the
you
Reddit communities
You
that's pissed.
discovered it too late,
Late. Yeah.
unfortunately.
I discovered it today when
Yeah.
reading on these stories, which
Yeah.
is disappointing.
Hopefully it means that they will be incorporating better finding Pokemon features in the actual game.
Right, because now all it is a list. You can't do anything with that
Which,
information.
and the footprints were not helpful to me at all. I don't know about you.
Apparently, they are going to be including sort of like road signs or like, hey, Pokemon 350 meters that way.
That sounds
So like
too
more
much.
augmented within the
I
game.
just want to look down on my phone and have it say, hey, there. I
Hey,
don't
you
know.
made a really good point though. Why Niantic didn't just team up with Pokevision? They could have charged a monthly subscription for that shit. They could
Yeah.
have just bought it, and
Yeah.
it's like lucrative deal. But to shut it down completely,
if they improve that, because also Niantic or Pokemon stock, Nintendo, sorry, stock is dropping because people are stopping playing
Yeah.
Pokemon Go.
Dropping
This-
from a huge increase.
Yeah, it was an insane
I think
increase.
it's still up.
I think it's now, yes, I think it's kind of like leveling off a little bit. But I feel like you would have gotten another boost if you were able to improve that because then
Yeah.
people would be like, oh, now you're kind of like holding my hand. to
Yeah,
go
they
find
will
Pokemon.
probably get there because it's been out for what, like 3 weeks maybe?
I think it's a month now.
A month? It's a month? All right. Anyway, but on the cooler news, they released a new trailer for Sun and Moon, introducing a
Yes.
bunch of new Pokemon, new versions of old Pokemon, and new play mechanics, which are great. The new Pokemon, we've got Gumshoes, which is an evolution of Young Goose.
You know what? When I get gumshoes, I've got to throw them out because it's all over.
He also looks more like Donald Trump than ever now. He looks the hair piece is even more obvious.
Got
Anyway,
Wow.
He's got a hairpiece on his chest. Yeah.
we've also got Mudbray, which is a pre-evolution of Mudsdale, the big Clydesdale ground type that looks like a donkey.
Love.
Yeah.
I
Mom's
had
a
very
fan.
mixed reactions with this whole trailer, but I loved this one.
Yeah.
Love Mudbray. And then Formantis, which evolves into Lorantis, which are pretty little mantis Pokemon. And then Oricorio, that is a dancing bird that is a different type depending on what island you catch it on, which is cool. No,
like that
No,
concept.
we were both kind of not big fans of this.
I
Well,
like
the
the
appearance, not
concept
the idea.
that it's like Eevee, where it's like you have a different stone to evolve it into a different Pokemon,
Yeah.
but this one is just a specific type in a different area. My
Yeah.
problem is though that they are a little. One's a Japanese Pokemon bird, another one is a Hawaiian Pokemon bird, another one's just a goddamn cheerleader.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be an electric type Pokemon. Is that making fun of
maybe,
America? I'm
or
not
maybe
sure.
No,
different
it's
dancing
like
styles
representation.
instead of like
I think what I thought about when I saw it,
The bird's wearing a kimono.
do you guys ever did you guys ever learn about the Galapagos Islands and how like each island they basically on
yeah.
each island that it was like an example of evolution, how like
the
on each
finch
island
and
there
the
were
beak.
there's different versions of birds but in like an island chain. I was like, oh, this is kind of a fun
That's fascinating.
adaptation of that.
Yeah, but emphasizing that idea, not only is it the specific islands, but they're introducing the idea that different regions have different versions of Pokemon. So Exeggutor, for example, has a long neck now and is a grass dragon type as opposed to grass psychic.
It's still a tree.
It's
It is still a tree,
How
but
did
it
it
has
become a dragon?
Hey, who knows? And also,
was an
no
egg,
word.
It became
no,
a tree,
no
and
word
now it's
on
a dragon.
No word on whether Exeggutor looks different in this region. I'm assuming not, since they didn't show it.
Oh, wait,
but also,
what's the first one?
Execute. I'm sorry,
Execute, that's
Execute.
right.
I apologize. And then Bullpix and Ninetales are now ice
beautiful.
types, and Ninetales is a part fairy
Fairy.
as well, which is really cool.
They look
and
fantastic.
Sandshrew and Sandslash are now ice and steel.
Got a problem with
See,
that.
but
That's
no,
a little bit challenging because the sand's in the name.
yeah, no, but Vulpix and Ninetales make sense because they were fire types, and now they've done a flip flop,
Yeah.
and like that's a fun thing to have on
Yeah.
an island, in whatever environment.
Yeah.
Sand shrew.
It's now.
Sand
Yeah.
slash.
Now it's an
but
igloo.
Ice
it looks really cool, and also it's a neat idea that they'll be able. Last game they introduced Mega Evolutions, which added a new dynamic to older Pokemon. Now they've introduced this, and so when they release they always release a remake after the new game, and I think they're on to Diamond and Pearl now. But we'll get a whole bunch of new versions of Pokemon in that too, which will be cool.
Nintendo, I'm going to throw a pitch at you. Snow shrew. Snow slash.
Yeah, but then it'd be a completely different Pokemon. Anyway,
Think about this. Snowshoe.
there you go, Nintendo.
That's all I've got.
Patent it. But they've also introduced some new play mechanics. Like there are also these new trial captains that look like they'll be in-game, like scavenger hunts and stuff, like challenges that you can unlock new cool abilities, and you'll have to fight totems. And people are speculating that perhaps this will replace gym battles. I don't think that's the case. I think it'll be
It's
like
in addition to.
yeah. I think in Ruby
Like
and
a
Sapphire they
pre-warm-up?
introduced competitions where like it's like kind of beauty competitions, and I think this will be like that for this game.
And the totems are like they're regular Pokemon, but they're
Yeah.
just like super powered.
They're
or
super
something.
powered, and they can call in like lackeys to come fight you. It seems like a really cool dynamic, and based on the trailer, it looks like it might deal with the environment some. Like you'll have to do like
there's an
mazes and stuff.
The electric team leader, element leader, it doesn't look like a threat at all, but fire,
Yeah.
always bringing it.
Yeah. So
Watch the trailer.
and then it looks like connected to this are these new Z moves, which Sam before we started recording described as like smash moves for Pokemon.
Like in,
Excuse
yeah,
me.
in Super, oh bless you, and like in Super Smash Bros. What was that new one for Wii? Brawl, where you had the final smashes, which were awesome. Yeah.
And so it's activated by this little like watch peripheral that they're looking at possibly selling in the real world.
The problem is, it's turning the Pokemon, you as the player, into, I don't know, like a Sailor Moon. This chick
When you do the
activated by,
little
like,
motion thing, I was
It's a good
actually
thing,
when I was
it's-
watching the trailer, I was real excited for a second that perhaps I've always thought it'd be cool if they introduce a way to level up your trainer, so and then they could get abilities that help the Pokemon. So like the way you battle is unique to you and whatever. Anyway, and so for a second I was like, oh, it's just this
They're
new
dancing.
Z move thing. But my question is, what new features would you like to see in Pokemon Go or Pokemon Sun and Moon?
I liked. There's one feature that was in the trailer for only a second, but you can ride. I don't know if in other
yes.
versions you can ride like the donkey horse
the
Clydesdale
evolution
Pokemon,
of that,
Yeah.
yeah.
which is cool,
This
and
was fierce.
the surf, some kind of water.
Sharpedo.
Pokemon. Yeah.
Sharpedo is really cool. They had something similar to that in X and Y where you could get on a Rhyhorn
Yes.
or
That's
a
cool.
grass
I think it was
deer
you can fly on the
one.
Pidgey. The Pidgeotto.
Well, you could always
fly.
use fly.
Yeah.
But
Like
now
it showed
it's yeah, I don't know. It didn't show the specific Pokemon, but now it looks like they're incorporating like traveling using Pokemon, like and basically elaborating on what they did in X and Y.
I like the saddled up Charizard. I'll be honest.
You think that's blasphemous.
Yeah, Charizard's too cool. You can't saddle up Charizard, man. Make that a Pidgeot or
You're
something.
putting
Come
them in
on.
little balls and
Yeah,
making them fight. You bloody saddle them.
I'm just saying, Charizard's too cool for that shit.
For Pokemon Go, I want an improved tracking feature of some kind. I would like to somehow pair up with people that I like in the office and be able to battle that way. Because I beat my first gym this weekend. It's pretty cool. Immediately, someone took it over.
Yeah, high five, guys.
Redemption,
Do it.
redemption.
No, high five. I want to see this.
There, we got it.
I would love that in my Pokemon Go, but in Sun and Moon, I would like more riding of the Pokemon. That's cool. And you said something about the trainers earning abilities. I would like in the final battle, they're like, hey, Let's put the Pokemon aside and do a fist fight.
Just do a throwdown.
I want just like because they're always so skinny, and it's always like just go in there, see what you guys can do. Like this is what you're putting your Pokemon through. Go ahead.
No, but it's you fighting a Pokemon.
Yeah.
So you're trying to punch a Charizard.
Yeah.
The scales are blooding up your knuckles.
Like Pikachu uses that final the Z move, and it's like that
it just
thunderstorm.
obliterates you.
Yeah, you have a heart attack and you just die. That's what I want.
I want to see Jesse and James back from Team Rocket, but Sam and I have always seen Jesse and James.
James.
Yeah.
If you didn't watch the Nuclear Family sketch that they did, it's pretty dope.
And check it out. I still haven't watched it. I'm too nervous.
Really? So
my wig scared me.
Your wig is pretty scary.
It's not as scary as your impersonation of James, though, which is the
He's the
Predator.
Creepy, yeah, he's the predatory
Yeah.
James. But what would you like in those games?
I would like your ability to level up your trainer somehow and learn trainer skills that help your Pokemon. And I'm excited to see more of. I want to see more Mega Evolutions. They haven't showed off any Mega Evolutions for this game. That was a cool feature in X and Y, and I'd like to see more of the region-specific ones.
Right?
Yeah.
They haven't brought it up really.
No.
So.
For my question, though, which I would love you guys to chat about, are you ready to say goodbye to Harry Potter?
And are you guys thinking that the Galaxy and Turmoil deal is shit or pretty good? What do you think? Let us know. What's your question?
So my question was the Pokemon. What would you like? What features would you like in Go and Sun and Moon?
What are your favorite features of Pokemon? But hit us up with your thoughts on all these in the comments down below or on Twitter. Little plug.
At Maud Garrett.
At Sam Basher.
At DJ Talks Trash.
By the way, guys, punderwear.net. This is a brand new shirt that we designed for Trap Chat. You can get yours.
Star Wars joke.
Anyway, you can like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you choose to. My name is Maud.
I'm Sam.
I'm DJ.
And bye.
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 Oh, do you guys have a podcast?
Oh, only stupid answers.
Only
Shit.
stupid answers. Yeah, we.
Like you want anyone to watch this? Or listen.
On every Monday on iTunes and SoundCloud, and more to come.
It's so fucking cool.
Yeah, we just did an episode this week talking about The Killing Joke, and next week we're going to do Suicide Squad.
Yeah, we can get to the fuck. Hey, three-way on three. 1, 2, 3.
We're all Hufflepuff.
What are some other iconic alternate universe or Elseworld storylines that everyone should hear about? Let's find out. Can we get a number 10 graphic, please? That's backwards 7. There we go.